On October 13, 2022, the White House announced that it was funding a 5-year research plan into the uses of geoengineering and its applications in fighting climate change. In simple terms, geoengineering, also known as solar radiation management, is a technique that seeks to stop sunlight from reaching the planet by spraying fine aerosols into the atmosphere. This will allow a better control in helping the Earth from reaching high temperatures. This may sound a bit sci-fi, but it is a real study, and whether it is viable remains to be seen. There is a similar scenario in a little-known 1991 film named Highlander 2, The Quickening. It is fascinating to see how many times life imitates arts. The film Highlander 2 starts with this introduction. The year is 2024. Industrial pollution has destroyed the ozone layer, leaving the planet at the mercy of the sun's ultraviolet rays. An electromagnetic shield now protects the Earth. This artificial ozone layer that at one point saved the world is now being used by a corrupt corporation to blackmail countries into paying for protection against the destructive force of the sun. Also, this corporation is keeping the truth from the public that the ozone layer has restored itself and the artificial shield is no longer needed. The Shield Corporation must be stopped by the main characters of this movie. They are Connor McLeod and Ramirez, played by Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery, and they are immortal beings. We will not go into the details of how terrible the production process was during the filming of this movie, nor the poor reception it received from the public when it was released. That part of the Highlander universe is a thing of legend. Yet what is interesting to point out is the parallels between this movie and what many believe is happening today. Today, many people believe that our world is no longer run by governments, but by corporations that have so much power, they can bypass any government on Earth. The great majority of wealth, natural resources, farms, real estate, and more is now owned by companies like Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, BlackRock, Amazon, Johnson & Johnson, etc. They have enough power to influence politics, media, culture, health, food, etc. Many of these companies are strong advocates for climate change and use their influence to manipulate the rest of us into believing that climate change will cause the end of the world. Like in the movie where this powerful corporation was lying to the people, are today's powerful corporations who are preaching climate change lying to us? In the movie, we see a powerful corporation that is lying and extorting money from the people for their own personal wealth. What if in today's world the climate change agenda is a way for corporations and governments to facilitate a transfer of wealth from the poor and middle class to the wealthy? Do I believe in climate change? I do believe climate changes. Those changes are called seasons. I also believe no one, and I mean no one, can control the weather. I also believe no one can control the sun, or a hurricane, or a wildfire. I do not believe taxing the public more or giving more money to politicians will fix this problem. We are living in an era of energy crisis, and this so-called crisis is being used to tax people even more with crazy bills when paying for electricity and gas, which is what is happening here in Australia. It makes you wonder if this crisis is being manipulated by politicians to drain people of their last savings. I think our efforts should go into creating programs to help people when we are faced with floods and fires and crazy cold weather. Once upon a time, we used to talk about planting more trees, yet some of the programs implemented to give us green energy are causing great harm to our environment. Something is not right here, and I wonder if many of these giant corporations are behind this. And yes, do yourself a favor and watch Highlander 2. It is great fun and a little bit over the top. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.